Helen, I love what you've done with this vintage jar.
Thanks, Derek. I made an armature out of flex wrap, and I'm going to show you how. I'm Helen Miller.
And I'm Derek Woodruff, and this is Syndicate Studios. So Helen, what do we start with?
We're going to start with this vintage jar, and I'm going to show you a mechanic that we can use with flex wrap to go over top of it to hold our flowers.
Okay.
And it'll be decorative as well.
Excellent.
So the first thing we're going to do is take a piece of the flex wrap, and you're going to just pull it off and fold it in half. And for the time saving factor, I have already done that.
Okay.
And we're going to just attach it around our vase. Make sure you pull it as you go and make sure you get a nice firm stick to that. The next step is we're going to take our 4-inch flex wrap and pull a square out about that big, or just so it's going to fit over your jar. And you're just going to pull it and tear it. How simple is that?
It's very simple.
Now the next step is really crucial. You're going to make sure that you have it very tight across your vase.
And you wrap the rim first so that it holds this part down then?
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to have something to stick onto so it can stay real tight. This is where our stems are going to go into, and so that needs to be tight to secure them so they don't wobble around in there. All right? And then we're going to do our decorative part next. This is really simple. You're going to take your 2-inch flex wrap, and we're just going to pleat it across the top of our vase. And turn it as you go.
Kind of like our ballerina design.
Absolutely. It just gives it more of that vintage look. A little ruffle, like when you got your jelly from your grandma and it's all pretty and decorated. And the very last step is a decorative one. You don't have to do this step, but I think it looks really pretty. And we're going to just take this flex wrap, and you can fold it as well if you want it a little bit thinner. Just gives it a really nice finished edge.
I like the two colors together.
Yeah, a little coordinating or contrasting color, depending on what flowers you are choosing. And stick it down. And there is the top of our jar.
Huh?
Super cute, isn't it?
Now it's ready for flowers.
It is.
All right.
When you're choosing your flowers, you want to make sure that you're choosing stronger stems and make sure that the foliage is removed because it's going to catch on your flex wrap. So having it smooth and clean is very important.
Okay.
So you're not fighting to get it through your flex wrap.
It just makes the design easier.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and then you can take a hyacinth stick and poke through it. Make a hole there and kind of measure your flower and poke it through the hole.
So what you've done initially here is created an armature with the flex wrap.
Absolutely. Isn't it simple?
It's very simple. I like the flowers that you chose. They're very soft, and I think that kind of plays with vintage as well.
I think so too. My favorite thing to use is this explosion grass.
That
Isn't
grass
that
is
great?
amazing.
And again, I'm going to put a little hole there. This is probably the only greenery that I'm going to use in this whole piece. And I'm doing it more for texture. This arrangement is all about texture.
Now typically, if you didn't have an armature, you would have to use a lot of greenery as the armature for an arrangement.
Absolutely.
So this creates an armature where you don't have to use as much greenery, but only for a decorative purpose.
Our vintage jar with our armature of flex wrap is super cute, and it could be used for anniversary, for wedding, for birthday, any occasion.
Absolutely,
really.
any occasion. To get your hands on some flex wrap, contact your local wholesaler today.